Drugs and alcohol impair thinking, clouds judgment, makes you less than your best. So why engage it? You hear about many athletes falling into this trap too. I mean, you think about someone like a Darryl Strawberry, or maybe Steve Howe, or any number of athletes. Now, some of them overcame it, some of them did not. Some of them overcame it to have success in their lives. Some have not. But there's story upon story upon story of athletes. I mean, you think about Barry Bonds and all the steroids. Now, you can argue whether or not he did it, he didn't, it benefited him, it didn't. You can argue all that. But the stigma is he's not in the Hall of Fame. The stigma is those performance-enhancing drugs, Balco, and all the other athletes that were associated with it have been negative, a negative impact on his life, on his success. And again, that's the other thing too, is association. You know, you can be associated with some people that are doing some negative things, and that could impact you. But then you might want to think constructively and ask yourself, should I be really hanging around these people? Are they a good influence? Because again, part of thinking right then is choosing the support group around you to help you achieve your big dreams. You want that support group around you to help you get to where you want to be. But again, avoid jealousy, avoid drugs, alcohol, avoid being dishonest. Have honesty, have integrity, because character counts. Think those pure thoughts. Have a strong emotional, mental, and physical health, because that's what's going to give you the capability and the ability to do things. You can think it all you want, but you have to be able to do it. So go do it. I think back to an interview. I think Motley Crue, they each wrote out a book. Vince Neil wrote his book. Nikki Sixx wrote his book, The Heroin Diaries. I think Tommy wrote Tommyland. I don't think Mick Mars wrote one. But anyways, I read them all. And one of the things that was kind of an underlying tone, and Nikki Sixx came out and just said it blatantly, but all their music up to their album, Dr. Feelgood, they wrote while they were high, and they think it was, at the time, great music, and maybe you like it, maybe you didn't. But it wasn't until they got clean and sober that they were able to sit down and write Dr. Feelgood, and it became a number one hit, number one song, number one album, all that. And they realized that it was clean, sober living that allowed their creativity, their lyrics, their music, everything to be better. They performed better because they weren't impaired. And then they wish they could have gone back and started over. And that was an underlying theme with kind of all the guys that wrote their books. I wouldn't put too much stock in the movie Dirt, but if you read their books, you can see that drugs impaired their ability to really take off. So imagine just how successful they could have been if perhaps drugs and alcohol didn't affect them. And that's, many people are that way too. But again, you have to be able to control what you put into your body, and does it impair you? And then finally, you have successful people think unique thoughts. So you've got successful people thinking the right kind of thoughts, thinking positive thoughts, thinking correct thoughts, constructive thinking. You take in the information, analyze it, test it, research it, then decide whether you want to accept it or reject it. You think big thoughts, dream big. You think pure thoughts, have honesty, integrity, because character counts. But then you have unique thoughts. And again, you got to eliminate the negative. You got to eliminate the worry, the envy, the jealousy, the embarrassment, the anger. These type of negative emotions lead to negative thoughts. And some of these emotions could come from our journey of trying to be successful. Maybe we try something, we fail, so we get embarrassed, or maybe we get angry, we maybe get mad, or maybe somebody reaches their success before us, so we get a little bit of jealousy in us. But none of those emotions, worry, envy, jealousy, embarrassment, anger, none of those emotions need to control you.